Welcome to another episode of Builds and Buffers. Today we are with Sean Randall. And if you don't know who Sean is, Sean owns the iconic Vanilla Ice. This episode's followed us, man, since I started this podcast. I've been trying from the start because the reality of it is I wouldn't be sitting here. I mean, most likely, you never know what the universe had planned, but The way it worked out, you walked into my shop, it led to an opportunity to detail vanilla, and then years later, here I am doing this podcast that's based around the show scene, and I probably never would have stepped into that scene if it wasn't for you walking my shop that day.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so full circle, it's really cool. So once I started this, it was, I got to get you in here, and it's the schedules fought against us, and we were always at different shows, but finally, we recorded last week, and we sat here and just BS the whole time, and it did, we're like, let's re-record that. We forgot there were mics there.
Right.
Yeah. So, man, I'm glad to come back today. That's super cool.
Yeah. No problem.
First thing, tell me what made you a car guy. I know your dad was a big influence.
Yeah. It was mostly Pops. He was into cars and hot rods and drag racing and round track racing. Of course, way before I was born. But him and his best friend, Paul Vanderlei, were into racing, big time drag racing stuff. Paul built engines and whatnot, and Dad drove. And Paul drove also. In fact, Paul's vet was a famous vet back in the day. It's a Moroso vet. It's in the Moroso Museum. A couple of Dad's cars is in Don Garlick's museum down in Florida. So,
wow. I know you said Vanderlei, and it's like, man, if anybody who knows racing knows Vanderlei Motors.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
right.
cool.
Yeah.
And I hear stories about your dad through the years all the time. He was just a cool guy.
He was.
He did cool stuff. It wasn't just the cars. He knew Elvis.
Yeah. He was a bodyguard for Elvis from 68 to 73. And then he was also a bodyguard for a comedian called Red Skelton.
That's so cool, man. And then I've heard stories. He was kind of a gangster too. That was cool stuff. Yeah, that sounds like it's out of movies.
Yeah. Him and Carlos Marcello, which was the mob boss of New Orleans, was really good friends. But
wow,
Carlos passed away in '93. So
yeah.
Then Dad died in '08. So yeah, they're all gone now.
That's cool. So. He did the hot rods and stuff like that. And then you were a mini truck guy. Mm-hmm. How did that transition happen? Was it just that custom?
Well, honestly, as a youngster, I would get, like we all would, go to Kmart and Walmart and look at the magazines and buy little model cars and build cars. And I was more into the lowriders than I was the mini truck stuff. And then got up to age a little bit, 15, 16, and got into mini trucks. And,
it was over.
Went from there. Yeah, went from there. So lowriders and minis. Now,
was it always did you want to have the nicest truck or the coolest truck in traffic, or was it just you? Like it was an extension of yourself?
Yeah, it was just me. Of course, we all want nice stuff, but I really wasn't shooting for... I build my stuff for me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If people like it, cool. If they don't, then it is what it is. We're not gonna, you can't satisfy everybody, but I do my stuff for me, for my satisfaction.
And as you should,
right?
As you should. Just like Gooch said, individuality is everything, right?
That's right.
And you don't find that a lot. You do see that a lot in the show scene, and a lot of your OGs and your people that have been in it that still hold on. Because like when we'll get into the build of vanilla, but when you did the graphics, that was a mini truck thing.
Right.
That wasn't something you've seen a whole lot. And you see it more now on the full sizes, but that was a thing of you being the person you are, building a full size and showing, hey, I'm a mini truck guy.
Right. Yeah.
And there's all these old pictures of you, and there's always a different cool vehicle in the background.
Yeah, I've had a few.
And the Nissan was one, which you now have another same version of the same truck.
Right.
And it's called BukWheat.
Yeah.
Before we get into too much vanilla, tell me about BukWheat, because that's the one you love.
That's right.
It's never going to go anywhere.
No. So BukWheat, I had a 95 Nissan in 95 that was XEV6. And then years later, so the only thing I've ever had repossessed from me in my entire life was that Nissan in '95. I'd gotten in some trouble, and Dad said that was it. He wasn't helping me no more, and he wasn't paying no notes, and I was so I lost that truck thinking that I wasn't going to lose it, but I did. And then years later, I tried to find it, could never find it. So I wanted to build basically that truck. So I looked for a 1995 identical to it, and that's the closest I could find. Miller and I was actually headed to Missouri to a show in Missouri, and I found it on Marketplace and hit the guy up immediately and got it. And Michelle Boone and Dustin Boone actually drove. I put it on the internet with somebody around Nashville that could get this truck for me, and they messaged me. I was like, "Hey, we're right down the road from Nashville." Well, just to show you how cool these people are, they wasn't right down the road from Nashville. They live in Knoxville, Tennessee. Yeah, but they drove to Nashville and bought this truck for me. I'd wired on the money, and they bought the truck for me and took it back. And then I realized later that they took them an all-day trip back down there and back. So super cool people.
That's cool. That's cool. So it's always cool with the stories about the vehicles are always cool.
Yeah.
You can only do so much to build it, but it's the stories that come with it. Now let's dive into vanilla a little bit. Did you ever think like I'm going to have an iconic truck? I mean, because you can buy a truck like this all day long, and some icons are icons, but to manifest and build one and it just naturally become that has to be a surreal experience. Like there's no way to put it into words, but did you set out for that building that truck?
I didn't. So actually I was building a dually. I had a dually at the time on semis. I was building that truck or going to have that truck built, and I was going to send it to Fat Fabs. It was just going to be a 3/4 frame, just something, bag and body, but something I could tow and drive with. Then I think it was All Star Customs or Creations, whatever it is, out of Texas, was building another 15 model like Vanilla was. Vanilla was my daily.
It was all stock.
All stock, 100%.
And it wasn't even supposed to be that truck, correct?
Right, yeah. It was,
outside the dual, you even had thought about which is now the tow pig, the 2500 at that point.
Right, yeah. So, but I ended up, All Star was building this truck. I forget the guy's name that it was being built for, but John Lopez, which is Mike Murray's partner with Eastbound Get Down show, actually ended up with that. It was a silver Chevrolet. But I forget his buddy that built it. But anyways, I seen that on the internet, and I was like, shoot, I'm going to build this one. So I scratched the idea on the dually, called Jake, and we decided we was going to do the white truck instead. And that's what come out of it.
And it's you see the truck, and it's, even in pictures looking at it, it's breathtaking. But you get in person, you realize the silver leaf and the splatter and the detail and the graphics. I mean, it's jammed. Like, it's just the paint job alone is one that you can't take in unless you walk around the truck over and over and over again.
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of different stuff in it.
You see the quality of the build. It's not your typical. I mean, it's high quality everywhere you look. It's not sitting on a Chevy frame anymore.
No, it's a full chassis.
Yeah, it's
Fat Fab. That was the first full frame that Jake and them did.
Right.
Was this one here. So, and then this one, it took a little longer. Jake and them's known for speed and getting trucks built in 30 to 45 days. This one took about 8-9 months to do because it was the prototype of the rest of them. So.
It's been around. It's been in the scene for how long now?
10 years. And
it's been at all the shows. It's been in merch and calendars and multiple magazines. Your big boys magazines too.
Yeah.
It was a SEMA truck. The list goes on and on. I could sit here forever, and the accolades and the merchandise and the things that the truck and this, and it's outside. It's not because it's not Sean. It's the truck.
Right. Right.
Luckily, you have a good reputation. You've been in the scene for a long time, and the people in it love you.
Well, I appreciate that.
But I don't think that's why the truck became what it is.
Right.
I think the truck speaks for itself.
Well, yeah.
I would never want to see it in anybody else's hands.
Yeah, no, that one's not going nowhere. That one or BukWheat, them two right there will stay.
Yeah.
That one is Vanilla's going to go to Carson, and which is my youngest son, and then BukWheat's going to China, which is my oldest son.
So when did you know it was not going to be that tip? Like, you knew you were going in, you were going Fat Fabs, you were going to build it right because you wanted to drive it. When did it go from the driver to now? It's always been a driver. Right. Even looking like this, you tow with it. You drive it like a truck. You're one of those people that, from somebody local, people know you by your cars if they don't know you. You know, if you see something like that, that's probably Sean's. If it's not Sean's, he knows it, or he's going to end up with it. You know, yeah. So, you know, it was the dually would always ride around town, and then Vanilla shows up and it's just riding around like it's a normal truck, right? You know, and it's not. Right. Yeah. You curb those wheels. It's expensive. I know. I've had to fix them before. Yeah. You know, it's I learned to wet sand on those wheels. Yeah. It was an experience. But when did you know it was going to be something special? Like that moment, I guess, that this is going to be a SEMA truck, because that's something that doesn't go away. That's forever. Right.
So when it was at Jake, when I went to Jake, he's in Choctaw, Oklahoma. So it's like a 13, 14 hour drive. Mm-hmm. When I got up there, that's when we decided we was going to do a full frame. It was supposed to be 3/4 frame. I just wanted something that was bag body, could tow, and I could drive it. Mm-hmm. That was my main thing. I didn't want a bunch of fancy framework or nothing like that. Mm-hmm. So when I got up there, he was building a 4-door Tahoe for Twitch, and got to look at it, and it was going to be a full frame on that truck. Mm-hmm. So then he was like, dude, let's do yours as a full frame. It'd be the first one of that body style. And I was like, cool. So we ended up going that, and then it snowballed. Went from being that to
snowball to a snowman.
Snowball to a snowman. Yeah. Let's do big brakes. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it just turned into that. And then we was going to go to SEMA 16 with it, but it didn't make it. And then when it came out, I had a rendering already for it, the way it was going to be painted and everything, because I already had that in the plans to do it. And then in LST 17 is when I ended up getting it. And then I towed. There was an ongoing joke about being able to tow with them or whatever. So I towed my wife's Escalade back from Texas to Mobile with it. And one of the videos got 2.7 million views or something on one of the videos. And that's whenever we knew that immediately Jake started getting calls. Hey, I want a truck just like that white one, you know? Yeah. So that's whenever
people hadn't really seen, like, it was seen in the dually, but like a truck of that caliber to just come straight out the bat and haul it.
So the test miles on that truck was Jake towing another C10 from Choctaw, Oklahoma, down to Conroe, Texas, to the show. That was the test miles put on the truck.
Yeah, and it debuted.
And then I towed back to.
It debuted at LST and it come out white. I want to say it still had chrome grill.
Yeah, so LTZ, so it had all the chrome.
Yeah, it just looked like a truck. Yeah, I mean, a nice built pickup truck, which is cool. It kind of had a Texas feel to it at that point. It did. And then it turns around and comes out, and you can't. I mean, it's the same truck, but you can't tell. Right. I mean, it changed everything when it was painted. It did. Yeah. And then it ends up. Tell me, for people that don't know what it's like, that journey to SEMA, from the phone call to the sitting in the booth to
it's a lot of headaches.
The really cool moment of Foos.
A lot of headaches and a lot of money. Kyle and Jason Springle up in Illinois, who painted the truck. We took it to them. So Craig Riley actually knew them. They painted his panel van years ago, and they have done a lot of cover trucks, and now they're in the motorcycle stuff. They do most all the Indian stuff for them. They build a lot of high end, or paint a lot of high end, and build parts and stuff for motorcycles. But we took it up there to them. I think we had 28 days or something like that to get it to SEMA, and so. When I dropped it off, we had to change everything on it because everything was chrome. So I had to get all new paintable parts and everything else from Chevrolet to paint everything. I still got all the chrome stuff at the house, as a matter of fact. But At first, I was going to do like I had already had the rendering done for the grays and silvers and everything, but the interior is like brown and cream color. It's mocha, I think is the name of it. So I was going to do browns and tans and everything in the graphics, but they talked me out of it.
So it strangely works really well.
It does. It does. Yeah, it does. So, so we painted it up for SEMA and kept it in an enclosed trailer. Actually, Greg Riley loaned me his enclosed at the time to take it out there. And then we kept it on the inside the enclosed trailer all the way there. Everybody thought that it was the red truck that Jake and them built because we was all in a line following each other going to SEMA, leaving Oklahoma. And everybody thought it was the red truck that I done painted it red and put flames on it, which was Ike's truck at the time. But we kept it inside the trailer. Nobody seen it until SEMA debut. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then it done really good at the show. Got a lot of publicity, a lot more than what I expected. Willwood Brakes, all them put it all on their on their stuff on their social media. And then the highlight would be Chip Foose and his crew actually come over and literally kneeled down and was looking into the paint and everything else of it. So that was probably the highlight of that. That's the highlight of the whole truck being built ever, really. So,
I could
to this day
only imagine what that's like for. Like I'm the kid that was like Foose fan, like grew up watching him, and I can only imagine what that'd be like having him stand there and look at something I owned or had my, anything at all that. Like, even if it's, I know I did put that one line right there. Right, that would be so cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. Velocity was doing a show on it or whatever at SEMA, and that's whenever Chip and them come up. So it's on one of those little.
And you got in there like prime SEMA years too.
I did. I did. It went in under Truck Hero. Is where is what it went in the booth, and they had given me a bed cover for it, and they put it in their booth.
SEMA seems different than it used to. You still are getting your builds and stuff, but it's of course it was meant to be a corporate show.
It was. Yeah, it's not actually a truck show. It turned into that,
and I think they're trying to go more towards your corporate side, which
they
is.
Are. Yeah. Well, that's what I've been told. I've been told that they're going to try to. There's still going to be vehicles, but I've been told that they're going to try to slow down on how many come in. But but I don't know if that's true. So.
Yeah, which we'll see. It's it doesn't it feels more business. Your crowd's more business people. It's different. Right. And I don't want to see SEMA die.
No.
What is that? No. But I think they need to embrace the fact that they can say it didn't start as a truck show. It became one.
That's right.
Embrace that.
That's right.
Yeah. And speaking of shows, like, you've had some of what, like, Bayou Showdown was one of my favorites. You had After Hours, and you were best friends with Greg Miller. Like, he was the king of the South when it came to shows. He was the promoter.
Right. Yes.
We ever going to see Bayou Showdown again?
I hope so. I've been working on it.
My favorite, man.
Yeah.
I have just a list of memories from just that one weekend last year.
Yeah, I'm hoping that so I've reached out to the facility that we was having it at, and the downfall to them, they stacked their dates with everybody, and then that date is grandfather for the next year. In other words, if I'd have kept Bayou going, I had that date until I decided not to. Now trying to get a date with them has been an issue because they're full.
It's such a beautiful venue.
It is. Like, it is. Yeah, venue. It is. And I'm a big lowrider guy. So my goal was to have as many lowriders and put on more or less a lowrider show with everybody else welcome as well. But that whole front stretch right there with the palm trees just screams California or West Coast. And
then you had people like leaving and jumping over the bridge and like three-wheeling down Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Which, like, what other show does that happen?
Right.
Like, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Like, I Phoenix, Delaney's Phoenix. I have videos of it on Bourbon Street or downtown New Orleans. It was just super cool.
Right. Yeah.
Like, the experience
cool
of the show was cool. Not outside of it being a good show, the experience was really good. Yeah. And then you had After Hours here, which was at Hank Aaron. And I think if Hank Aaron would have stayed open and that venue would have stayed available, I think that show was really going to be something.
Oh, it was. Yeah,
like
it was.
The timing really worked against you.
Right.
And if it didn't, though, that show was going to be on point. And it's not to say it won't come back. Once they get this stadium figured out and it becomes a place again, I think it's going to be.
Yeah, and that's the goal, is them to get everything straightened out so we get the venue back there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. It's been tied up in different things or whatever, so we haven't been able to get a venue or a date there for that. So, but that is the goal. We'd definitely love to bring that back and do that. You know, the 2 years that we done it, both years in a row. 1 year we had a hurricane. The other year it seemed like a hurricane as bad as it rained, but everybody still showed up, man. We had a great turnout both years, especially for a 1 day show. So it was a good time.
Yeah. What do you think is lacking around here? Like we're surrounded by really great shows, and the majority of them being like shows that came from Greg Miller. Mm-hmm. And there's a legacy there that it's cool. You still see the remnants of everything.
Right.
OBI is an awesome show. Mm-hmm. Scraping, there's no other way to describe scraping other than scraping. Scraping became just a staple down here in the South. Yeah. And Lauren's carrying on that legacy. I think the city makes it really hard.
It does. So the police, putting out all the barricades and all that. And, of course, the show gets a lot of slack for that. But what people don't understand, showgoers are, spectators. A lot of stuff we're regulated on, when it comes to shows. The city, basically, we got to abide by their rules, So what goes on off of those showgrounds, we have no control over.
Right.
And they get a lot of grief or whatever from people for that, but it has nothing to do with scraping.
That is one thing you hear almost every time a promoter talks about a show. The first time we ever filmed was with Trip at Freaking Weekend. You cannot control outside of the gates.
You can't.
But you will be the one that it comes down on.
Right. Absolutely, every time.
We don't deal with that as heavy with the boat show. It's a different crowd. But I get it to some respect. Like you can't. It's like when we had our little show at Sunny South, and some of the guys were ripping out of there, and the sheriff was like, "You got to stop." Why do I got to stop?
Right.
That's Highway 9.
That's Highway 9.
Ain't got nothing to do with
right.
It.
Yeah. And that was a cool little show, man. I think we did a good job with that show.
We did. And for it to be a nighttime,
right.
It was raining, one day gig. That was a fun show.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a good time doing that.
Yeah. I tell people all the time that it just felt like a hometown show. And I think it's because Mobile's lacking on shows. We have such a strong scene.
And there's a lot of trucks around here. It's in the garage.
Yeah, I know,
There's a lot of nice trucks.
And the import scenes here are really strong too.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a lot of lowriders. We've got mini trucks. We've got imports, exotic.
People are mind blown when I tell people. So our clientele here, we work on multiple McLarens,
right?
Lambos aren't usual. Lotuses, G-Wagons, GT3, Porsche was in here Wednesday. Like people don't. There's a Ferrari sitting up the road,
right?
Like people do not understand the amount of exotics.
Yeah, there's a lot of exotics.
It's crazy.
And just it's Mobile though. Nobody supports for whatever reason. Nobody supports nothing around Mobile. We've had multiple. Entertainment as far as baseball teams, football teams, hockey. Yep. Everything goes away though.
And it has so much potential too. It does. Which is sad.
And there's a lot of people here, so I don't understand why.
Yeah, a lot. There's so much, and we do lack venues. Like Hank Aaron was on point. The convention center is hard because there's nothing outside. It would only work it's not hard if you're going to put in a good high-end show.
Right.
Which is possible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think the new Civic Center, I'm hoping it opens up some avenues. I don't care who's promoting.
Right.
But I hope it opens up something.
And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that something comes out good there, and it'll be because that's what I want to do. I want to have another show, obviously, and I want to try to keep it here local, and that is my next step, is to try to see about going there. Yep. Depending on cost, a lot of these venues, people don't understand what they cost. You know what I mean?
Right. They're just very expensive. People don't understand.
Right.
So. And it's you're going into a new venue too, so you're gonna be dealing with people that, it's new to them. We learning while we're learning.
Right.
But if somebody can get in and create a relationship from the start of that, I think there's a lot of opportunity there.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think if Mobile could figure it out, we support your car scene.
Yeah, definitely.
The people are here. You just gotta help them, which we're fixing to start really revamping here and try to do some things to help with that and try to set some stuff local. But if the people support us, we'll support them.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Y'all got a good following here, though. So
yeah, we're trying. We're trying. Like really, before I met you, I didn't do car shows. Mm-hmm. It was something. Vanilla was the first show truck I worked on, and it grew from there. And now I have strong relationships in the scene. That led to me meeting Delaney, and it led to me meeting Craig, and it led to the podcast and everything. So I only want to see it. Like I get to realize how good the people are.
Right.
Take the trucks out of it. There's really good people. People are good people.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
And I want to see it flourish around here. I hate that it's so hard. It's just like the city fighting every show in Biloxi. Mm-hmm. And OBI is a great show, but it was. And I'm not hating on Squatted Trucks.
Right.
The situation with them kind of broke that show down. And if it wasn't that, it was going to be the import guys, the takeover guys. There's always going to have.
You always have somebody in each crowd that's going to screw something up for you. So,
but it's still a good show. But it's just I don't know if it's a communication problem between the cities and the shows or what, but there's some kind of bridge that has to be created there.
Yeah.
It can't just be a screw the car shows.
Well, yeah. And I understand the policing part of it on the city to a certain extent, but you also don't have to be a complete behind to everybody just because you think about the money that, we bring into these places, hotels, food, all that kind of stuff. You would think the city would be a little bit more lenient, but they're not for whatever. And I understand a part of it. You got people go out to these different parking lots, and it's mainly these takeovers and stuff that really screws a lot of stuff up. Whether it be squatted trucks, lifted trucks, mini trucks, whatever it may be.
That's how we lost. This was a sad one. That's how we lost Slammed Enough Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
Well, Seaverville, if you want to get technical, but I called it Gat. And I went there in 24, and I tell you, it was hard. Man, it was such a surreal experience. Cruising up the mountain with two R32 Skylines is something that happened on accident. I was there on accident.
Right.
Too. And then to see 25 come, and Jimmy's Market was, in 24, it was a spectacle. Like, it looked like you're Fast and the Furious. Like, bumper to bumper, just amazing builds. And then they come in 25 and it gets ruined. And then you find out later that most of the kids that ruined it were locals.
Right.
Like, why?
Right.
Like, it sucked. And that was the takeover culture. And be like, oh, they weren't doing donuts. They didn't have room.
Right.
They were doing what they could.
They took over. They took it over, but just didn't.
Yeah, like there's videos of them literally racing Lambos down the strip.
Right.
Like, which was cool.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to take it from like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
But,
and in today's world, there's so much social media and everything. Back when we was coming up, we had the same issue as many truckers.
Yeah.
Nobody liked us.
Everybody around here used to drag race down Dolphin Island.
Absolutely.
Like, could you imagine that these days? It never.
Yeah. So times has just changed, So.
Which sucks. It's like my dad tells me stories all the time. They used to race and stuff. It's like, damn, he was telling a story. They were doing something one time. I don't know if he was there. This might have been one of my uncles told me the story or something. But it's where 3 Notch and Old Pass meet, where Rouse's is. And there was a field right there.
Yeah.
And they'd rip around and stuff. And they had Jack Tillman pull up one night. And he had just become a constable and pulls out. It's Jack Tillman, constable. Here's my uncle. My uncle, Tyler, had just got certified a plumber.
Okay.
He jumped off that tailgate and he ripped out Tyler Dixon, certified plumber. And that all went to jail that night. But man, you can't do stuff like that no more.
Right. No,
like
if
you joke with the wrong cop like that,
that's right.
You got a problem.
That's right. Yeah.
Times change.
There was a deputy sheriff by the name of Mr. Hunn. back in the day when we was younger. And he would always let us go, but boy, he'd catch us no matter where we went, where we was partying in a field or wherever it was. Mr. Hunt was going to locate us, and but he'd always let us go. You know, it was pretty cool. So
we had a cop like that. Well, you know him, Rocky.
Oh yeah, Rocky Stevens.
Back in the day, of course, Rocky knew everybody. Yeah. So I knew Mel.
He didn't let nobody
friends. Go. He'd give his grandmother a ticket.
Yeah, right? He didn't let nobody go.
Like if his grandmother was in an ambulance on the way to the hospital, he would pull the ambulance.
Ain't no doubt. He
was a rough one.
He was,
and he for a while was dating Brittany's cousin for a while, so he was kind of around the family here and there. But in high school, there was days he would be sitting right there and pull out, and he would just pull people over because he knew their parents.
Right.
Like. But I guess you couldn't really do that as much these days either on the copy end. But it sucks. Time changes. Yeah. It's like my kids, like they're getting to the point where it's time to go out and, experience a little partying and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, you got to behave different than we did back then. We could go down the dirt pit back then.
It's scary, man, because, I got a 21-year-old and a 23-year-old.
That's wild.
I worry
Makes
all the time.
Me feel so old.
Right. Yeah. You remember when I was young.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And speaking of it, y'all do things as a family, like when it comes to shows too. Like whether it's, I used to love the times at the shop. We was 1, 2 in the morning cleaning the Tahoe for a show.
Yeah. That was for OBI.
Like you'd pull up with Vanilla and Kristen would be driving BukWheat, and then they had what we call the Tahoe, Snowflake, something.
No, it was called. Golly,
we had a name for it.
Yeah, we had a name for it.
The Tahoe, and then usually Ken would be with y'all, and it'd just be this line of trucks, and then even like I think it was Bayou Showdown one year. Y'all even fight people as a family.
Yeah, it happens.
I got mouthy.
Yeah.
There's not many.
I tried to avoid.
There's not many show promoters that will punch.
Yeah. I tried to avoid that, man. He. I know. I begged him to go away and just leave, and he.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
He decided he wanted to find out, so he effed around and found out.
So what is like in the current scene? Like you just recently started going to shows again. Mm-hmm. You dealt with some bad health. Mm-hmm. I went through that too. But then when you got the truck back out, it made you happy. Like it
did, yeah.
Felt good.
So basically, after I got sick, a friend of mine, Joey Johnson, he was in Lowered Expectations years ago, and they all wanted to bring the club back out, and I didn't really want to start it back up. After I'd left Acrophobia, I said I would never get back in another club, and I didn't really want to start another club or be in another club or nothing. But Joey wanted to bring it back, so we ended up bringing it back. But then after a couple of years, I got sick in 23. April of 23 is when I found out that I had stomach cancer. So, or intestinal cancer, I guess you should say. And then I was fighting diverticulitis on top of that. So, had to go through surgery and stuff that year. And then the truck stayed parked for a solid year, maybe longer than that, year and a half or so. And I just started bringing it back out probably 6-8 months ago or so. So, yeah, it's got me back into the groove of wanting to get back into shows and stuff like that. Of course, to me, when Greg passed away, the show stuff just wasn't really the same for me anymore. Anyways, that was my running partner and traveling partner, and we'd go all over the country together. And so after that, and then I got sick on top of that, so everything kind of changed. And but I'm finally coming back around, trying to get back into it and try to get my groove going. So, getting the trucks back out. So
a very much I don't want to say a pro and a con because, well, it's a pro. When I come into the scene and you introduce me to everybody, I came in hot and I wasn't around. Like it was you're coming in with the big dogs. Like it was all my early shows was you and Greg, and listening and seeing how he promote and y'all bouncing ideas off each other and then being crazy and then y'all making them work all the time was cool. But it did change. It doesn't feel the same. Now that I'm on more of the business side of shows, You definitely there's some amazing promoters up there. Craig Riley, like we were just talking about before this podcast. Craig is a great promoter. Mike Murray is a great promoter.
To my opinion, that's your best two promoters, especially in the Southeast. They're both really good at what they do, for sure. So, to my opinion, and I might be favoring him a little bit because he was my best friend, but Greg was the best in the Southeast, in my opinion.
I believe that those two people would agree with you.
Yeah, but Craig and Mike do a phenomenal show deal for sure. Yeah. And then you got John Lopez that is with Mike down there, and John's more of a laid back.
And you got and Craig has a partner, Jim. I don't know if you met Jim.
I do. Jim's really good people. Jim is really good people.
Yeah.
Yes, he is a really good guy.
But you're right. It doesn't feel the same. I don't know what it is. I'd like to say, like, I'm in sales, and I have a thing about me that you can't teach. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just an it thing. Greg had that.
Right.
It was just a it factor. People loved him, and it radiated through his events and shows. And he didn't just make car shows. This wasn't like your car meet at KFC and Steak and Shake.
Right.
A man made car shows.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
You know, it's
he's good at what he does for sure.
Yeah, and we'll miss him forever. It's
yeah,
but it's cool. That's why I want to see you promoting again, because
that's the plan. We'll see.
You're one of the few people outside of Lauren and the family that experienced Greg that close in the back end of it, and the mad scientists behind everything.
Yeah, he'd come up with some stuff that I didn't think was going to work, and vice versa. Yeah. I would tell him, hey, this is what we ought to do, and he's like, it ain't never going to work. And then a week or two later, he'd call me or whatever, and he'd be like, you know what, I think that will work.
And he would never want to be. He never wanted to be like praised for it, I guess, or acknowledged. It's
Greg done a lot of stuff behind the scenes that people have no idea. Help families that was in need.
We'd be running around on a golf cart or something, and it'd always be like, I'd be like, man, Greg's is awesome. It's Sean's show.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's just whatever. I guess be my problems too, then.
Right.
So, man, it's cool, but it's cool to see the shows that he started are still carrying on.
That's right.
I mean, it's something to say when something lasts beyond, then you've done something right.
That's right.
And I'm proud of Lauren. I think she's got.
Oh yeah, Lauren, Tammy, Miles,
all of them.
Yeah, Eric. Ronnie, they all do a great job.
Just scraping this last year, one of the best inside years yet. One of the best shows, on-site show. But it was sad to leave there and not see one custom car on the road between my hotel and the Coliseum on Friday and Saturday evening.
Right.
Part of your cruising and scraping. This is how you know it's not a scraping problem. Cruising's the same problem.
That's right.
Cruising, they're not even in the Coliseum like that. It was a on Highway 90 show.
Right.
Like cruising's supposed to be what it is. When you can't cruise, there's a problem.
That's right.
Yeah. But I hope that is remedied. I think the city likes scraping because of, it brings us so much revenue, but they had to fill it this last year.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
They had to.
Yeah, you did all that work, and then nobody even drove on them streets. You put them cones down.
That's right.
We get it.
Yeah, and that's what I don't understand about, like I say, going back to these cities, they push a lot of stuff away, and that's revenue that they're losing. So
well, we've got a really amazing relationship now with Harris, and we would love to go on that side and do a boat show and stuff like that. But we just got to know that they're going to allow us to do what we need to do.
Right.
But I don't know. That's politics and everything is just ridiculous.
That's right. Yeah.
So we'll go back to fun stuff. What's in store for the future?
So I got a 93 Suburban that's been sitting on my property.
Big body of it.
Big body. Yeah, big body. I got a 93 Suburban that's sitting, like I say, on my property for the past 3 or 4 years. It's in immaculate shape, especially for what it is. So I was keeping that truck I have an OBS as well. That it's just basically a frame and a cab. But I was going to take that truck and take from the front doors forward to build the OBS with, and just get a bed for it. But I changed my mind, and now I'm going to do the Suburban instead. So I pulled it out of the woods about 3 weeks ago, I guess it was, 3 or 4 weeks ago. Pulled the carpet interior out, brought it to y'all. Y'all are getting that already. And then I've got, my wife says I'm a hoarder, so I've got some sheds. And,
a little bit.
Yeah, some sheds and
it's all cool
container.
Stuff.
Yeah, it's all cool stuff. Container on my property that I've just collected parts and stuff.
I mean, you have a full life-size stand-up of Burt Reynolds in your shop.
I do.
That's not a problem.
Yeah.
It's not a hoarding issue.
No, it's not a hoarding issue at all.
No, but you do have, so at your house, you do have this back corner of goodies, of projects.
Yeah.
And one I don't even know if it's there anymore. Is the shore bus still back there?
Yeah, still back there.
See, now that's the one you need to build.
Still back there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's the one, and it's hidden back there. You can't even see it until you
it's out there in the woods too.
Yeah.
If it was an older school bus, I think I guess that would be cool. That's like a mid-late 80s.
It could be cool.
50s is where it's at, I think, though. For the
Yeah,
school
you're
buses.
right, but you got one sitting there from late 80s.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That makes it a prime candidate to be the one to
Yeah,
build.
yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Ever since whenever I got sick and all that stuff, my financial side of things went downhill.
Yeah.
So it would cost a lot to build that.
That's okay. We all broke. Welcome
van.
to it.
I mean, build that truck. Yeah. So the good thing about my OBS is I've got a ton of parts that I've collected over the years and just kept and hoarding. And so I've been pulling all my parts out.
I'm excited to see that when it's done. What would be, if you could build anything, and I know with a person like you, like me, there's no way to pick one. Every day it's probably going to be something different.
Yeah.
But you can give me a few options, like money, no option. The rarities, no option. You can get what you want.
63 Impala, convertible, fully done, all gold. Well, gold and chrome, I guess is what I would say. Majority of gold, though, and maybe all gold. Setting on some 13.7 Daytons with 4 pumps, 15, 20 batteries, where it really get down. So
really, man,
I'm talking like a El Rey build. You know what I'm saying? For the listeners that don't know about El Rey, you can Google it. That's $1 million car, but I'd still drive mine. Like them guys, no disrespect to them.
6.4s are really special.
Yeah. And Henry, he drove that car. So, and a lot of these guys, man, a lot of the lowrider guys, they drive their stuff no matter how much they got in them. So, much respect.
See, that's what makes me nervous. It's like Delaney with Nasty Dancer. Mm-hmm. Every time they bring that truck, I'm like, no, you put the bed up,
right?
Put it where it needs to be, park it, unplug it, and then I'll touch it,
right?
Because.
And Delaney's done a real good job building those mini trucks with the lowrider themes, and so.
It amazes me. It's like him or her get out with them switches and just start, and I'm waiting on the truck to flip over or the bed to crunch in. Like I would be so nervous.
She probably built more of it than Delaney did, just so you know. She's very mechanically inclined.
Just Danielle's the tough.
Yeah. So.
But she'll get out. She knows how to work that thing. And she'll
absolutely.
Drive it.
Yeah, she does. She knows how to work on them too.
Yeah.
Funny story. It's been a few years back. I had just met her not long. I don't know. Maybe known her a month or so. We was all out cruising. This is 4 or 5 years ago. We was all out cruising. Delaney had his the Impala, and Phoenix was the name of it. He had the Impala out, and the alternator went out on it. Mm-hmm. So we pull up at the AutoZone, and me and Delaney went inside her to get an alternator. By the time we got back out there, she had the old alternator off and was waiting on us.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I love her. Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah.
But she's always been that way since the day I met her.
That's right.
Like she'll get out there. She's tough.
Yeah.
She's tough. And Delaney's doing a good job. I don't know if you've seen Gambino in person yet.
I have. I haven't got close to it yet.
Yeah.
Whenever I was going, they was loading it up one day. But we went, Ken and I, Ken Bowles and I, we went and he traded off his truck for his Tahoe back. And they was up there at that show and I seen it and whatnot. So
Ken Bowles, let me tell you something. That's one of my favorite people.
He's good people. Since 92 or 93, Ken and I saw them together.
And if y'all don't know Ken will be on here soon. This is his Tahoe now, which Ken's had some
he's had some
stuff, man.
Yes,
like,
he's had some really nice
It's
stuff.
insane when you look at his
Ken
portfolio.
gets attached to nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm glad this would come back around.
Right.
You know, but that's one of my
I think
favorite,
Ken would
favorite
sell or
people.
trade his wheelchair if he could.
Yeah, he may be that right there.
Did he?
He showed up here. That's one of my favorite things. 3D printed that.
That's cool.
That's like my dream car.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The old Corolla. That's the way I want to go. I'm weird.
Yeah.
I'm an import guy.
It is what it is, man.
I like to. It's because I like to drive what I build.
That's right.
And it's one of the easiest things to build and put my kind of expression to and be able to drive.
So
daily.
there's 2 supers over by your dad's house. Just saying.
I know.
It's close.
I know, and they're my cousins.
Are they really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
There's 2 supers across. If you're talking,
I do know those. That's why I didn't know it was your cousin.
Those are my cousin's cars.
Really?
That white one runs and drives perfectly fine.
Yeah.
He just lives in Nashville.
So that's what Kristen had in high school was a blue Super, that body style, 85, whatever it was, 84, with some Eagle 5 stars and 2 10s in the back.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's got the white one. I think it's 84 maybe, and he's got a black one there.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we had an episode that drops today with Stephen Conyers, and he's been looking for a black one, red interior for a long time. I thought I got lucky, but it's a blue interior car, I think. Yeah. But yeah, those are some cool cars.
Yeah.
I actually, when he got the 84,
if he wants to sell one of them, let me know because my
I
wife
keep
would
trying. Well, I'll
one.
tell you, you ain't listen. I messed up on that.
Yeah.
I worked at Palmer's Toyota, selling cars there, and there was a guy that worked in the back, Tim, and he had that car running and driving, and he had an MR2, and he had rebuilt that Celica Supra with all Toyota parts. It's all TRD stuff under there, factory parts.
Nice.
And he tells me, I made a joke one day about buying the MR2. And he goes, no, but I'll sell you a Supra. And I was like, at that point, I had no appreciation for it. Like, I wasn't an import guy at that point. I drove a lifted Jeep. And I knew my uncle was looking for my cousin a car. And I called and they met him. And I'm talking about walked away with that car like $1,800.
Wow.
And my cousin drove it all through school. I mean, it still runs and drives to this day. The car's got so much power. Like, I walked away from that deal, and what he could sell it for now, it's like, yeah, that's one I messed up on.
Yeah,
but that's happened to me a few times in life.
Yeah.
I found
I've got quite a few. I wish I still
if you remember the '39 crewman car, found it.
Yeah.
I, to this day, should have called you first, but I called my daddy.
Right.
Of course, it was my dad.
Right.
And I thought my dad would show up and buy this car. We buy this, I'm talking about mint condition.
Right.
39 Plymouth, restored, everything. And we paid, I think it was $2,500 for the car.
Yeah, I remember what.
Just to get out of the way. But when he comes, it had my uncle, David Day, was with him and had the money in his pocket. And as soon as he saw it, you would have done it too. David went, this is mine.
Right.
And then David ended up selling it and doing something with it. But
I didn't know David was your uncle.
Well,
so Jimmy Day and David Day, we all go way back.
I say that
Jimmy and I.
So my dad and David, where I'm talking about, and still to this day, they spend every day together.
Right. So yeah,
I mean, best friends, and I always knew was my uncle. I always knew Jimmy is my uncle, and JJ was always my cousin.
Right.
It's just like me and JJ were just talking about. They were going through VHS tapes, and my sister's sitting there watching at our house old VHS, and they're watching VHS, and we're sending each other videos where we're all. I mean, when I say we spent more time together than family, yeah, and it's weird because I'm this tall and JJ's this tall, right. But to this day, we get around each other. That's
cool.
But yeah, so I've always known him as Uncle David. But to this day, like when I say they're best friends, it's a little gay.
Right.
No, but they still to this day they see each other every day. David and my dad work together. They just can't get away from each other. It's really cute.
That's
No, and that's another one. Like, I don't know if you know this, but David and them, they got some hidden gems.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah,
Camaro. There's a Model A or Model T or something.
Yeah,
hidden back
K5 and
K5. Yeah,
they got some nice stuff.
But they round track
hidden away. Oh, absolutely. Ain't nothing wrong with that now.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I love my racing.
Yeah.
So.
You ever miss racing?
I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I miss it a lot, actually.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's
Too
something
old,
I
too
never
fat
got
to do
into.
now.
And JJ and them always gave me the opportunity. If I just spend a little bit of money on back in the day, it was the Stingers and and
yeah, I never ran into those. Now I did run a 4-cylinder on dirt. It was a matter of fact, it was a Toyota Celica, 22R. Pretty quick little car. So.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Drew he had one of those too, the little small Celicas. Mm-hmm. That was a fun car.
Yeah.
We got one that Michael Moretti, he's moved up Tennessee now, but when he comes down, his wife has an imported in right-hand drive GT4 Celica body style like that. That's like it's amazing what from factory what some of them cars could do.
Right.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
So what are you planning at 26? You plan on getting Vanilla out? Are we going to see it at more shows?
Yeah. I think I want to go to, even though I didn't register for it. For years, I registered a bunch of these shows. Wasn't able to make it, but that's part of it. But I didn't register for Mini Nats, so I want to go. But we're going to go up there, I think, and just hang out. And you still could cruise the strip.
I've never been, but I've told
that's the one you want to go to.
Which that's the one that when people talk about it, it feels like what Slam Enough Cat was for the import guys. Yeah. It wasn't about the show. The show was good.
Yeah.
It was about the cruising and the driving.
Yeah, Jason Bell does a really good job with that show. So back in 17 or 18. So in 18, Jason had reached out to me, or either me or Miller, and was like, "Hey man, why don't y'all come up, to the show?" Well, time you think about mini nats, you don't think about full sizes being there or nothing like that. So Miller loaded up to 55, and we loaded up Vanilla. We towed up both of them up there on his trailer and truck, and got up there, and there was probably 300 mini trucks, but like cool mini, like the old school, like it was almost like you literally stepped back in time. You know what I mean? Like, it was like old school minis all over the place. And I was like, dude, this is cool. So I told Greg, and I was like, man, we need to, like, when we left that show, that our goal then was to build a couple of minis. And then after we had left there, though, a lot of people was sitting like, man, I didn't know full size was loud at mini nats or, or cars or whatever. And now, man, you can't hardly, that show is sold out literally in seconds now. It's literally in seconds. So now all the full sizes and stuff like that go too. And it's up to show.
I haven't been to it.
It's a good one. You need to go to it.
I've not yet been to LST, and Gooch was very that's where you need to go, especially if you're going to make money on the business side of it, on the detailing side and wipe down stuff. So that's one we'll probably end up at. Mini Nats, I want to go to it, but I want to work it.
Right.
The stories you're about, I want to go and enjoy that show.
Yeah. It's a good time. You get a cabin up in the mountains. Yeah. Usually what we do, we go up a week ahead of time, and you're only an hour and a half from Gatlinburg and all that. And then we have a family cabin in Pigeon Forge. So we'll usually go up a week early and go Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Cedarville, all that, and then go over to the show on like Thursday night, Friday morning. We'll go over to the show there, and hang out all weekend and come home. It's a really good show. It's a lot of cool stuff on the outside to do as well. Like I say, Gatlinburg's only an hour and a half away.
Just the photo opportunity.
Oh, absolutely. You got Cherokee through there with all the animals. It's a really good show. That show, LST. Get Down, Mike Murray and them show, Brian Good. If you're going to the West Coast, Forbidden Fantasy show over in Laughlin, Nevada. Greg and I went several years in a row over there together. That's a really cool one. I for a couple of years, Greg and I was going to do it. We've wanted to put together a group of 10, 15 guys, and everybody drive out there, take 2 weeks, drive out there and go to that show. Vegas is an hour and 20 minutes north. Go up into Vegas, hang out, whatever, cut across and go over to California and go to, a couple of picnics or something like that, and then come home.
I really want to, that's a bucket list thing. Me and Delaney talk about on the podcast, going to 27 and find somewhere to drop on Route 66.
Right, and just go.
And just drive.
You drop at the beginning and you
Just go.
Just go.
Yeah, it's like a bucket list thing.
James Williamson and I have spoke about that a few times. And
well, let's get together. We should all do it.
I'm down. I think
27. Take a tow rig with us and a support truck.
Couple tow rigs, couple sport trucks.
And just cruise.
With a bunch of tires. And
So
that would be awesome. You'd want to enclose with some tools and, just in case.
That'd be end at SEMA.
Absolutely. Yeah. Be a cool deal.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen.
Might have a Suburban going by then.
Yeah,
because that'd be like the family.
Yeah.
And like behind it, or like Christian drive in.
Delaney's building one right now that I'm not gonna speak too much on, but it's wild.
Yeah,
it's wild. Like that was one
I've heard little bits and pieces about it. You know how them secret builds get.
Oh, it's wild, man. It's when you it's cool. Now that's the cool thing about Delaney's. Like you see a lot of builds out there with people's individuality and personality.
Oh, Delaney's is definitely going to be different.
Yeah, there's
which is good.
There's no rhyme or reason. You can't classify it. You can't put it in its genre.
Right.
Is it a mini truck? Is it a lowrider? Is it a hot rod like Gambino? That thing's got a race motor in it. And flamethrowers come out the side. What lowrider? I mean, like it's what is it?
Right.
It's wild.
So if you want my opinion about all that. And I say my opinion, but if you go even the lowrider guys, the true lowrider guys, West Coast guys, and this might sound like I'm taking a dig at Delaney and them, and I'm not by no means. But I'm not saying they think this, but a mini truck is a mini truck. A lowrider is a lowrider. So
I understand that.
BukWheat.
Import guys the same way when it comes to that car's not stance. That car's
Well, like BukWheat, everybody calls it a lowrider, and I correct them. It's a mini truck, lowrider theme. It's a mini truck though, Well,
I think even the Corporal Customs says that too when he does that video. Right. And I like knowing some of the OG lowriders.
And not taking a dig against them. I mean, they're definitely, that's as close to a lowrider as you can get, and the money that is spent on both of them builds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's top notch. Every bolt and nut on them trucks are brand new. They went through front to the back from what I know of it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm proud of him. The growth is.
I am too.
He's a different person than I met. Delaney's Delaney. You love him or you don't.
That's right. Well, I mean, it's the same with me. A lot of people, I'm outspoken and don't ask me for my opinion if you don't want to hear it.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? So.
I like being around real people, man.
Well, that's right. Confidence is a big deal, and Delaney has a lot of that. I have a lot of it. You have a lot. Whenever I first met you, the main reason you started getting to clean all my vehicles was you did. I come into your office one day and I
didn't know who you were.
Nah,
I just said, I'm a bet. Bring it to me.
Yeah, and that's what I asked you. I said, you pretty good, and you says, "Oh, I'm the best," and I like that.
And you tested me when you showed up with Vanilla. I had an opportunity to be like, "Hey, I'm not comfortable,"
right?
But there it is, and you told me from the start, there's nothing much you can do here that can't be fixed.
That's right.
But
everything can be fixed.
If it's got to be fixed, you fixing it.
Yeah. Yeah, everything.
And I could have backed down, but God, that started my career, brought me to what my career is now.
Right. And I'm proud of you. You put your head down and dug.
Thank you. I've tried. It's been rough with the stroke and everything. I didn't think I'd bounce back from it, but to be honest, that probably saved my life. I had, but you knew this. You had stepped away from me because I had a lot of good people I had so much potential.
That's right.
And
still do.
There's a handful of people that I wish I could go back and just listen to. You being one of them.
Yeah.
Of course, my father. Jeff McCullough that owned Sweet Shop. Mm-hmm. The man was so patient with me and shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
I learned a lot of business from him.
He's a good guy.
He is.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
That's the person that I feel like, not intentionally, but I took advantage of the situation. And I wish I'd have done it different. He gave me an opportunity that changed my life. Delta Bay became Delta Bay because where it was sitting.
That's right. Oh, absolutely.
The people that were there.
Locations, everything. With shows, whatever it may be, business, whatever business,
But, I had got cocky and, we went scraping one year and the entire row we were on, we placed, I had detailed every one of them and then I got cocky and started putting things up my nose I shouldn't have and looking for energy places and Decided I was one of the only person in the world that could make it through on cocaine every day.
Yeah.
You know, like everybody does, it gets there, and it didn't go good. It led up, and I'm not going to say that's why I had the stroke, because it was not a huge factor at that point.
Right.
But it led up to it. You know,
Right.
the stupid crap I was doing. And,
Right.
And then a lot of people stepped away from me.
I told you way back then, I'm here for you for whatever, you know, but I wasn't going to be around that.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be around it. And I lost a lot of good people. I lost some bad people I didn't need around me, though.
Right.
You know, you knew my employees.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, put in perspective, not neither one of them has spoke one word to me since my stroke, other than one of them trying to get my wife's inbox. So
Really?
it's like, you know, it's,
Wow.
you know, some people you learn the hard way.
That's right.
They shouldn't have been there, but that's okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
That's right.
Now I'm surrounded by good people.
That's right.
And
You got a great opportunity here. Dustin's great people.
yes.
So,
I learned a lot from
Yeah.
man. Like
I watch his Facebook post and whatnot. It's a lot of inspiration that he puts out there. You know,
yeah, and he means it too. Like
He does.
he
He
lives
does.
by it. It's
Right.
not like he just does that for camera.
right? Yeah, no.
It's and he cares about people. People see Dustin and they think, you know, he's loaded with money and he's just doing whatever. He's not. Like everything he makes is invested back in us and the business
Right.
and everything. Like the man right now doesn't drive a truck.
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't care about. He doesn't need a big flashy house.
Right.
He's one of the only people I know in this industry that is this embedded in the automotive industry that doesn't care about cars.
Right.
Like he loves boats.
Boats. Right.
But he doesn't care. Like, let me take it back. He didn't. Now that I've brought him into the show scene and he's come around it and he's met the people, he's fallen in love with the people.
Right.
Like,
Well, that's a different scene.
Yeah.
It is. You know, lowrider scene is different from mini trucks, and mini trucks and lowriders are different from boats. It's a different crowd altogether. Lowrider side, to my opinion, is more family orientated than the rest of it. Mini trucks, there's a lot of family orientation there. Don't get me wrong, but it's two different worlds for real. You know, same. I'm not big into the boats side of it, but I know a lot of people with some nice boats, and they're pretty stuck up or keep to themselves.
In reality, there's a lot more money on that side.
There is.
These people are paying more for luxury than fun.
Right.
Is that, for lack of a better word?
Right.
And they like what they like. And these boats are expensive. I get it. There's a bouginess to boat shows that just comes with it. It just comes with the crowd. And it's not a bad thing. You just gotta know how to deal
with that. That's right.
That side. See, I struggled with that.
Right.
I could sell automotive and truck detailing all day long. I had a hard time with the boats because I had a hard time connecting with the people because I've never been that. I've just never been that I'm better than you,
right?
Or I got more money than you type of person. And sometimes you gotta kind of speak to somebody like that in that way.
That's right.
You know, and to be in a town that, you know, Mobile's a big city, Saraland's small, and Mobile supports Saraland. Of course, but we do $1 million detailing a year. That's not easy to do.
No,
not here. I am currently the only person here that's selling those.
Right.
So you gotta kind of learn how different people are. But there's a definite difference of dealing with a boat person.
Yeah, I agree.
But you get two sides of that too, because you get the rich, stuck up this, and then you get that good old humble, all the way country boy that just loves his boat.
Yeah,
so, but you deal with that some equals too. But I will say that
I'm
most
the good old country boy that loves the boat.
Most people with exotics in that high end are super nice.
They are. Yeah,
I mean,
I know quite a few of them, as you know. So
yeah, like it's, you'd be surprised. Except for McCarran, he's an asshole. I'm just playing, bro. That's my buddy. That's my buddy.
Yeah.
He people don't understand how much of a car person he is, too.
He is. Yeah, he is. So years ago, I got him to go to, we we had a show here. Actually, it was at the Battleship, Baytown Throwdown. That Brandon Hurst and I forget the other guys, Casey something or other. They had put on, and I kind of helped them promote it or whatever. That was back in 16, I think it was 15 or 16. And I got AJ to come out. At that time, that's whenever the Hellcats had just come out, and he had a Hellcat at the time.
The gray one.
No,
was it the gray one?
black. I think it was black. It was the 4-door black one.
4-door black one.
Yeah.
Do you remember the 2-door gray one?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, I got him to come out there, and of course, at that time, that's whenever he was. He had just got into the NFL, but everybody around here is hardcore Alabama, so he showed up and almost couldn't get him back out of there. Everybody was, whenever people found out he was there, everybody was coming with boxes of dadgum memorabilia for him to sign and everything. I was like, dude, I'm sorry, but he embraced it.
He called me one day, and he said, "Hey man, I just bought another Hellcat." I said, "Another?" He said, "Yeah, it's a Challenger 2-door." He's like Battleship gray. It's awesome. He goes, "But it ain't got like 20 miles on it. This guy bought it to collect it." I said, "Well, what are you going to do?" He said, "I'm going to resell it." I said, "Well, don't drive it.
Right.
Still got the plastic on the seats. If you're buying it to resell it, don't drive it." He said, "I got to drive it." I said, "Okay." And he comes to my shop. And he didn't drive 10 miles, and there was rubber all over the back where he just stopped and burnt them down. And he said, "Oh, well." Yeah. And, I think that
he's had some cool cars.
He has Shelby F-150, the McLaren. Yeah. He's on McLaren number 3.
I remember whenever I got him to come to Delta Bay, he had the white McLaren. And I don't remember if you called me or text me. I think you text me. And I was in the car, and he was like, "Dude, you never believe who's coming to the shop today." Yep. And I'm like, "Dude," he was like, "AJ McCarron." Yeah. And I took a picture of the steering wheel, and I was in the white McLaren. And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I think he's bringing this." And he was like, "Shut up!" No way.
I'll tell you the true story about that day. And then he almost didn't come to my shop. Yeah. I was on the way to do a job on Rangeline, and there weren't a whole lot of McLarens driving around. Right. And this white black McLaren cuts me off. You remember the little Transit with the full stunt wall in it? Yeah. So I'm in my little Transit, cuts me off, right? And I get to Hanson. Yeah. And JJ Day calls me. "Hey, I got somebody to call you. He's a car done." Yeah. I said, he didn't tell me who it was. Right. I was like, okay. Guy calls me, "Hey, man, I heard you're the guy for high-end exotics. I got one I need cleaned today." I said, "Yes." "So what is he?" He said, "A white black McLaren." I said, "You asshole, you just cut me off." I went on about it. I said, "There ain't that many cars in this town." And I'll get used to driving. I said, and I still at this point didn't really know who I was talking to. Right. And he was like, he said, "Well, what do you do?" I said, "Yeah." I said, I leave here at this time. I'll see you at this time. And I think I joked about it. "I won't even charge you extra for being an asshole," or something like that. Yeah. And I called JJ, and he tells me who it is, and that's why I called you. Yeah. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. And I get there, and he gets out of the car, and I remember I specifically made it a point. I walked straight past him. And I said, "I like your car." And I looked at him, I said, "But I got to tell you something, I don't really like football." Yeah. I said, "So we talk about cars, and talk about football." And from that day on, me and that man.
And he's good with that.
Yeah. So. Yeah. We used to have to lock people out of the shop. Man. Yeah. It's crazy to not be able to leave your house. Right. Like it's the amount of people that will stand out here and be like, "Oh, screw AJ McCarron, no." But then he pulls up in the parking lot. "Oh my God." And he doesn't care.
He's good people. That whole family's golden, man. Him and Rusty and Russell and our big Rusty, little Rusty.
It's just like my kids have got super close to him. And the first thing when he shows up, he's looking for Grayson. "Where's my dude at?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man. You made me look like a bad father. You're tall, you're athletic. You stay away from my kid, man." No, I got videos of my kids and his kid out there throwing footballs, and God, dude, talent exudes from that family. Oh, yeah. Like, it's mind-blowing. It's super cool. Yeah. It's super cool. People don't realize how good of a dad he is either.
Nah, he's awesome.
Seems in the public.
Yeah, him and Catherine, great parent.
Yeah, and he's excited about Birmingham. We'll talk to him another day. That's cool. I'm glad to see him. He wants to play. That's all it is. It ain't a money thing. It ain't nothing. He just wants to play football. That's it. He just wants to be around it. Yeah. If he's not playing, it needs to be like touch grass. That's right. Yeah. So that's cool. But it's cool that we have mutual friends like we do now. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to get out and record some of this out of your shop with the whole Lowered Expectations crew. Like, Ken's supposed to come here. I can't wait to get Ken on. I'll tell you one that's another one that's going to be fun. I can't wait to get Randall Birchfield on this podcast.
Yeah. Randall's a nut now.
Yeah, he's a nut.
He's coming over to the house later on today, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
I'm going to get Joey on eventually. I really like the story of his truck.
Yeah.
You know, and like working on your Camaro that is now shoved back with the projects.
Oh, out there in the woods, yeah.
And then its wheels ended up on the hard bike. The amount of people walk up to that and see that wheel set up and they're just like, oh my God. I was like, I know it. It looks like it's supposed to be fast.
Right. Yeah. Those wheels was for my Z28.
Yeah, you can tell when you look at the truck, but that's such a cool setup.
Yeah.
I mean, its axles that's that wide.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much they cut, but they cut quite a bit because those are 20 by 12s. With a 4.25 inch.
That was the first truck we sponsored through IGL because it was supposed to be vanilla. I wanted it to be vanilla.
Right.
And I called you and I said, no, we got to do it. And you said, no, the bumper's got to be painted. I ain't had the truck out. And you just said, oh, I wouldn't be able to portray or support you at shows like you want.
Right. But
if you want a mini truck, I got one, and that's how we ended up doing Joey's truck, and Joey's awesome.
Yeah.
And of course I wanted it to be vanilla. I'm glad the conversation happened from you, and it ended up being Joey. But we ain't done yet.
No. I still got to get the front bumper. It's got rock chips from driving it and everything else.
People don't understand that you drive that thing.
Well, I mean, that's...
It's not you drove it down the road and you say that. Like it's...
No, all my stuff, I build them to drive.
I got videos of this truck pulling buckwheat down the road. I got videos of it just doing donuts at the light like it's normal.
Yeah. Gotta have fun with them.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's sad. Some people don't.
No, you're right. I know a lot of people that literally don't drive their trucks, and that's cool. I mean, if that's what they want to do, you know what I'm saying?
I get it for like your world of wheels, high end stuff, but like, man, enjoy it. Enjoy it. My car's got 306,000 miles. Right.
If I got enough money to own $1 million, $2 million car, whatever it may be, I've got enough money to fix it or drive it or my insurance, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drive them. Now, I'm not saying I'm going to go out and try to destroy them or tear them up, but they're meant to be driven, So now when it comes to dirt bikes, maybe not so much. I got a brand new one sitting at the house with an hour on it. So
1 hour? You rode it for an hour?
Well, it's more idling, sitting there idling, just, cranking it up.
But you sat on it.
But I actually rode it for 2 laps at a arena cross.
Already messed up the suspension.
Yeah. It wasn't meant for big dogs. So,
no.
Yeah, I'm a lot heavier now than what I was back when I raced.
I know them coming off the ground, hitting the ground feels harder than it used to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially
I can only imagine. See, my little fat butt ain't doing it.
Yeah, I got Alpine.
I can't ride dirt bike. I ain't never been able to reach the ground.
Right.
You ever seen a lower dirt bike?
You definitely couldn't get on this one. I can barely get on it. I'm 6 foot. So
Yeah. That's cool, man. Richard Ridge that owns Grayson, he's big in the dirt bikes too.
Yeah, he's got him and his daughter go ride.
Yeah. They
another cool guy.
That's something I always wanted to do, but man, I was always just physically incapacitated from being the dirt bike.
Well, I got Chandler and Carson's little 50s.
They'll fit you perfect. Yeah. See, there we go. Perfect. I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
I can even put some training wheels on them for if I need to.
Hey, I'm down. I'm down.
That's right.
It's just like we filmed this video the other day with a scooter, a little electric scooter out here, and if you watch the video, it comes out from under it.
Oh, I know. I watched the video. I commented on that.
I can't even operate my kid's scooter.
I can tell you that was a mistake. That wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, so I stay away from motorized things now. It just doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me. Got my kids a go-kart 2 Christmases ago. The first time I get on it, destroyed. It's still sitting in my dad's shop. Yeah. Like wheels facing this way. I'm like, see?
Yeah.
I'm just meant to break stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah. Well, man, this was much better than the last one we recorded.
It was.
Last one we was crying. And we called people vaginas.
Yeah, I got a little emotional about my brother Greg, but
that's okay, man. He was a larger than life person.
He was.
He's one of those people that
he's missed by. Greg was hated by a lot too. And it's because we are who we are. We don't sugarcoat nothing. But I would rather you tell me to my face versus behind my back or whatever.
But you see that a lot. Like, I've got hated on for years, and it's just part of it for being close to you.
Right.
Like, people gave me the hardest time.
Yeah.
People gave me the hardest time for being close.
And, 9 times out of 10 is people that don't either know me, don't know Greg personally, or you see some of our, and the internet has really hurt a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. I can post something on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, TikTok now, and 10 people see it, and those 10 people have 10 different views on what was said.
Right.
And a lot of people take stuff out of proportion or don't get it or whatever it may be.
Where there's so much love in the show scene, the hate's so strong too.
It is. It's very strong.
It's just if you get into it or not, because I see it a lot with Craig. Mm-hmm. You don't have to like Craig.
No.
But when you go to battle, you can tell there's something special about it.
Absolutely.
Like,
that's right.
Not every person could have done that,
right.
And turn that into what it's turning into.
No, absolutely not. No. And that's what I say, earlier, and even in the podcast before that we try to do. Craig is a phenomenal promoter. He and he'll help you a lot. Craig and I, it's no secret. Greg and I, all of us had, well, not Greg and I didn't have issues, but we all had issues there for a little while as far as with Craig. And, a lot of stuff got blown out of proportion that probably shouldn't have, this side and this side. You know what I'm saying? And why everybody wants to take a side, I don't know. But I've always said, even whenever we was having our issues, Craig got me a sponsorship on Vanilla on Exalta. Mm-hmm. So all my paint was sponsored by Exalta. And then he got me in touch with Kyle and Jason, which now I paid for all that. But as far as my paint went, Craig got all that taken care of. He and he didn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but he got all the paint taken care of for me. I didn't pay a dime on the materials. All the materials was paid for through Exalta. And then, like I say, I paid Kyle and Jason to do the labor side of it. And then when we took it to SEMA, Craig was like, dude, take my enclosed. Let's keep it under the wraps. So I used his enclosed, towed it out there. And then the show scene, though, man, it's a lot of politics. And I try to stay out of that side of it. Mm-hmm. And Greg and I go back to the 90s, whenever he's doing Whitley shows and stuff like that. But we really got close the last 8 to 10 years of his life. But
he's just one of those people, even now, when like we're sitting here talking about it, you can feel him in the room.
You can.
He had an energy about him.
Yeah, absolutely. He did. He was larger than life. Like I said earlier, man, he's helped, not trying to just, but so many people on the backside that people don't understand. A lot of people hated Greg for social media stuff or how he was approaching. Greg was also a Yankee. Okay, so he had that going against him too. You know what I'm saying? Like he was from up north, and he had that mentality that they have, and a lot of people in the South can't handle that. So, nah, man.
I think business is different now.
It is.
It used to be, because before social media was heavy, and even the beginning days of it, there were things that happened in business at the top that was kind of cutthroat, that was acceptable because it wasn't in people's faces.
That's right.
Now, I think, you see it heavy here, collaboration at the top is where success lies.
Right.
If you can work with the people that you usually wouldn't work with, for instance, last night I had this conversation, I almost joined, I don't want to say almost, it was my choice or whatever, but I was prospecting with Vice, an import club. Then I realized that I just deal with so much people and so many clubs that I just didn't want to have no bias.
Right.
And I told somebody that I wasn't going to be in Vice, and that person asked me last night, and I said, hey, I need to get a meeting set up with this person, to talk about a meet we're going to do here in the spring, just a small meet. The person said, I thought you wasn't dealing with Corky. I said, no, I'm just not joining Vice. Corky's one of my good buddies. But every little thing doesn't have to be a reason to walk away from somebody. Like if
that's right,
you get the right people in the rooms and work together. I told him, I said, I'm working with everybody.
Right.
Like I don't care who it is. I don't care if, like, you could see a show where, like, if point blank, if you put if there was a world where Greg, you, Craig, Murray could get together. Think about what could come from that.
Yeah.
And there's still a world where
take over.
Things like that could happen. You have, you and Craig and
Craig and I, so Craig actually, when Alabama, he actually tried to get me to come in with him.
Uh-huh.
So the first year it was him and Robbie Bryant. And then Robbie went on with Greg the next year to do OBI. And Craig wanted me to come in with battle with him, and I didn't. Regretted it there for a little while. Didn't do it. And then, Miller always told me, stay away from the show side, or as far as putting on shows and promotion. He's like, dude, the backside of it is no fun, So, because it's because of the politics side of it, and
it's rewarding.
It is. It is. The last year of Bayou, man, we lost our tail. I mean, it was bad. It rained all weekend. So people wasn't showing up. And spectators is where you try to get, break even or, whatever, or try to make a little money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, a lot of people sit here and say they put on these shows and they do it for fun or whatever. And we do. But at the same time, that's a year-long project for one show. You work 24/7. It does. And you put a lot. So you want to be rewarded at the end. Now, with that being said, we never cared about, or I didn't care. And Greg really and truly, as long as you broke even, he was fine with it. You know what I'm saying? He put on, oh, shoot. I can't remember that show. But anyways, in Mississippi, where we had cabins and everything out there. And, golly, I cannot believe I can't remember.
What cabin fever was it?
No. But he lost money 3 years in a row there, And what actually ended up taking that show and doing away with it was a mini trucker doing burnouts and everything else.
No, it's never.
And it was it's never us. It's never us. We don't do it. But it was, man. It was just all in fun, and the facility was like, "Hey, that's it, can't do it," So, so they left, and we didn't have that show again. But the politics side of it, we try to stay away from as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? And that was a big thing.
It's impossible to stay all the way away. There's just so much politics part of everything.
It is, and the sad part, man, is as many people as I know, and Greg and Craig, and I know Craig has the same deal. Mike Murray, all these promoters have the same problem. And it's always, oh, well, this guy got an award because he's your friend or whatever. And dude, we try to stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? So the only award that I ever gave out for a promotional or a whatever was Sean Randall Choice Award. And 99.9% of the times, my awards went to a lowrider because I'm more of a lowrider guy than anything.
I still have the trophy from After Hours for top 25, and people were like, "There ain't no way. That's just because you knew Sean." It was like, well, maybe, but I had the only patina, older car there at that show that year.
Yeah,
it was I had it like display set up all the way around it, like it was a cool.
That's right, and you got to put everything in the factor. You know what I'm saying? So
people don't understand. You have to show. It can't be the top 25 lowriders. It's the top 20. Like, you have to show diversity.
Well, you and I had a show together.
Yeah.
What was the name of that show?
Delta Bay Throwdown.
Delta Bay Throwdown. We did a show together, and one of my big things with you was we don't show favoritism.
Right.
We're going to do this legit.
Right.
We're going to, it is what it is. We piss whoever off, and we ended up pissing off one guy by the name of Daniel that's around this area. He called. I think he was on a golf cart with me. He called me, wanted me to give his son an award because he was proud of his truck. Well, hey, man, we're all proud of our trucks, but I can't just give him an award because I know you or you as a sponsor of my show.
We ended up like half of them, McCarran pulled up. We were like, man,
and actually, I let McCarran, we let McCarran, that's right. We let McCarran go around on the golf cart, and he kind of picked a lot of stuff because that was more of a laid back kind of a show without having true. We had some known judges there, but we basically was like, look, let's make this a fun deal. And we kept all the politics out of it. We had a good time.
I had an opportunity to do some stuff.
We didn't make no money. But we had a good time. And, and I've actually thought about getting with Wayne and doing another one out there. Mm-hmm. We had a great turnout.
I have access to the international when you want to do something.
Yeah. Well, I'm good friends with him as well, Eddie. Mm-hmm. And I've thought about doing it there too. Here's my problem with going to international. That was high up on my priority list because I'm in racing and everything else. Eddie and I used to race against each other years ago.
I just wish there was a hotel closer.
Well, my thing about it is now everybody, there's like 5 shows going on at the drag strip right next door there this year.
Oh, no. I know.
And everybody's doing a show there.
I just sent pictures off for a flyer for one.
Yeah, I mean,
your
everybody.
truck.
Yeah. David Megg. He reached out to me, wanting some pictures of the truck, put it on the flyer.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everybody's doing a show out there, so that's what's kind of kept me from doing it there. But I still may talk to Eddie, and we do like a one-day gig or something like that, just something fun, and you know what I'm saying.
Him and Dustin are super close, very close.
We can all get together and do something. I'm down.
So. All right. Well, I got the rest of the half of the day. I got to go wrangle these detailers.
Cool deal.
I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, man.
And we're gonna do this again. Yeah. I can't wait to get out and do one in the shop.
Yeah.
Like, really, I think it's going to be a good time.
We'll do it. Brandon Birchfield, actually, speaking of Brandon, he's supposed to come and do my floors and stuff like that in the shop for long. So,
he likes to put rust on stuff. So.
That's right. Yeah. And then 2 Bros Installation, Tony and Carlos.
Yeah.
They're wanting to spray some foamant, so we'll see. Yeah. So they got big sis and little sis. So.
Yeah, and I'm fixing to start working on designing you some banners for the shop too. So
cool. Yeah. We'll make it happen.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, brother. Love you, homie.
I love you.